Consistency, consistency, consistency. If I was more consistent on this platform, I probably would have hit monetization a long time ago. Hey y'all, welcome back to today's video. I'm Ashley Janelle if you are new here, and today we are talking all about monetization. I am so excited for this video because this is actually the first video that I have put out since I got monetized on YouTube, which is so exciting. So let's go ahead, and I want to talk all about it and just kind of the journey thus far, but let's go ahead and jump into it. But before we do, make sure that you are subscribed. I don't want you to miss out on any of the videos that I have coming up. Also, make sure you go ahead and like the video. All right, you've done that? All right, now let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, what is monetization exactly? Monetization is when YouTube actually pays you for the videos that you put out. It's a very big accomplishment for creatives on this platform because I feel like we work so hard to just put videos out, because I'll speak for myself. I really enjoy creating content. I really enjoy making videos for ultimately myself, and I put them out and you guys like them too. It's a place for me. It's a really nice creative outlet. I really enjoy videos, making videos, editing videos, just creating content all around, just the journey that it takes to literally sit down and think about an idea, put it into a video, actually edit the video, so on and so forth, and actually upload it. So for me, getting monetized on YouTube is not something that I actually set out to do. It's one of those things where it's like, if you get to monetization, cool. If you don't get there, then, you know, it's fine too. But I really enjoy the videos. I enjoy the process. But getting monetized, of course, is a nice added bonus. So that is essentially monetization. But to get there, there are a couple of rules for YouTube. So the first thing is that you have to have over 1,000 subscribers. And the second is that you have to have over 4,000 watch hours within 365 days. Now, I have been on YouTube for, well, my channel actually has been existing for a little over 2 years. So it's taken me a little over 2 years to get to monetization. Some people can start a channel, they have a video that goes viral, one video that goes viral, a couple videos that go viral, and they have their monetization requirements. That did not happen for me because I am just kind of busy with other things. YouTube, again, was a thing that, or is a thing that I very much enjoy, but it wasn't something that I set out like, okay, let's make some money, right? This was something for me that was a creative outlet. Instagram is not really my platform anymore. I really like TikTok, but I like to sit down and chit chat. I like to talk. So long form video is where I have found my place. And so putting out videos has really been something that I have enjoyed doing for myself. But nonetheless, we are here, we are at monetization, and it is a really exciting thing because, to be honest, one thing that happens with a lot of creators is when you start a YouTube channel, you can't help but look at the numbers. You look at how many people have watched your video, you look at or video views, you look at the watch time, you look at how many new subscribers you've gained. It's just one of those things that everyone just does. Like, some people, maybe they don't, or maybe you used to and maybe you just don't anymore. But when you're starting out, you do pay attention to those things because it's kind of like, okay, how is my content being received? You have to know those things, and it's kind of one of those things that you're just always checking for. So I have been, like I said, my channel has existed for a little over 2 years, and we are finally here. It is so exciting. And I want to use this video to just talk a little bit about my journey on YouTube so far. Maybe mistakes that I've made, or things that I don't even want to call them mistakes, but things that I would do differently, best practices, and just some other tips and tricks that I have, because I feel like since I have been in this space for I feel like a decent amount of time, and have finally gotten to monetization, and it's taken me a while, there are a lot of things that I have learned and done and redone and tweaked, and I feel like it could help somebody. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So one of the first topics that I want to talk about is niches. Now, niches are a very big topic on TikTok, on YouTube. Everyone's always asking, well, what is your niche? You want to start a YouTube channel, you have to find your niche. And to be honest, when I first started my YouTube channel, I thought that I wanted to do vlogs. So if you go back to the earlier videos, you will see a ton of vlogs. I even participated in Vlogmas one year, which is where for the first 25 days of December, you put out a vlog every single day, which was really cool. I would really recommend it. I'll come back to Vlogmas in a second, but I thought I wanted to be a vlogger when I first started my channel. I watch a lot of vloggers on YouTube. I think it's very interesting, but when I actually started to vlog, it was not the content for me. And I think that that's so interesting and funny because a lot of times you'll start out and you'll think you want to create one type of content or one type of niche or one type of content. And then you realize that that's actually not at all what works for you or what you enjoy. There's so many parts about vlogging that just are not for me personally. I think vlogging, good vloggers, the ones that I enjoy anyway, I think that they do a really good job opening up in certain ways that I am not comfortable doing on YouTube, and I think that that's totally fine. So I think that there are pieces of content, or there are things within your content that you can integrate, and there are things that you can, it's okay to say, you know what, that's actually not for me. I'm not okay sharing that, or your friends don't always want to be on camera. So it's like one of those things where it's just like, it's just not the content for me, and that's okay. Now, actually deciding what type of content I wanted to pivot to was not difficult at all. One of the pieces of content, or I guess one of my niches that has been very successful for my channel from when I first started to now has been clothing hauls. It's so funny because when I first got on YouTube, I had no idea what a haul was. I was like, what is a haul? We're just trying on clothes. But if you go into my channel, you will see there are a ton of hauls, starting all the way, going way back to some of the earlier brands that I would like to feature. And again, it's always been about what I like and what my personal style is, the outfits or the items that I purchase that I want to share with you guys, the accessories that I want to share with you guys. And so hauls for me are just so enjoyable. I enjoy watching them and I enjoy doing them for you guys. So hauls have been probably my most successful piece of content to date. The other area that I'm going to be not necessarily pivoting into, because all of the other content will stay, is going to be my tech related videos. Now, I have done several videos already in the tech space, whether it's how to get into UX or tech, actual like gadget reviews. I really like those videos, so I want to do more of those. I will be doing more of those, so those are going to be coming up. That's like kind of the next, not iteration of the channel, but that's just another niche that I'm going to incorporate, because that's something that I like talking about. That's something that I know, those are spaces that I know a lot about, and so that will also be coming into the rotation of videos. And one of the things that's so interesting about hauls for me was that you start to see what your audience actually really likes and gravitates towards. There is no secret that on my channel, the videos that do the best are these Zara hauls. Y'all love those videos. I know Zara is a very popular store. It's literally everywhere at this point. It's online. And the thing that I love the most about hauls, and I'm sure you guys do too, is that you actually get to see someone outside of the people on Zara's website trying on the clothes and actually how it looks on a real person, and the way that I style them and things like that, to try to give you an idea of if it's something that you want to purchase or not. And I think that there's a lot of value in videos like that, because anytime that you're going to invest in something, whether it's a $20 shirt or a $5,000 bag, I want to do as much research on it as possible, see how someone else is feeling it, liking it, enjoying it. And I think that that's one of the beauties of YouTube, is that because of the long form video and the ability to connect with your audience, answer questions in the comments, people to engage with you, it does provide that space of comfortability and just a place where you can feel like, okay, my channel or videos are providing value. And I really love that. I love that about all of the content that I produce. I hope that it is providing some sort of value to you, even if it's just something to watch on a Saturday or a Sunday or after work, or something to get you through the workday. There is value in all of that. So yes, it is no secret that the hauls on my channel, specifically the Zara hauls, have done extremely well. So one of the hardest parts about growing my channel, and this is no secret, has been consistency. So you'll hear consistency a lot, or the potential issue of consistency, from a lot of people, a lot of creators, but just people in general. Consistency. If I was more consistent on this platform, I probably would have hit monetization a long time ago. But I have other things going on. I work a full-time job, I run a company, and I also like to put out these videos. So it hasn't necessarily been something that I've been pouring into daily, weekly, sometimes monthly. So I would say consistency is definitely, it's the one thing that everybody talks about. I don't even really think it's like a hard thing at this point. It's just, to do something and to be successful at it, you have to be consistent. So consistency just hasn't really been on my side. So that, I would say, has probably been the hardest part. But the other thing that I would say, and I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a hard thing, but one of the things about YouTube, and any platform for that matter, is just learning the platform, getting to know the platform, understanding how it works, understanding what it likes, what it doesn't like, making sure that I'm staying up on latest trends and platform changes and platform features. I would say that's probably another, I wouldn't say a difficult part, but that is something that if you are looking to grow or join YouTube, that you'll want to pay attention to, is anything that they roll out, like shorts, for example. Shorts were new as of, I believe, last year. And that's a feature that when it first came out, if you were posting on shorts, you were seeing ridiculous growth. You were seeing ridiculous numbers or views and engagement on your videos. And then obviously, as more people start to use it, that engagement kind of decreases a little bit. I feel like that happens on a lot of apps when they roll out something new. But using and taking advantage of new features and anything that they have, that the platform has for you to grow, is definitely something to take advantage of. One thing that I use to help curb a lot of this is I did do-ish use some of the kind of like other platforms that are not extensions of YouTube, but they are to coincide with YouTube. Things like TubeBuddy and VidIQ. I use VidIQ now, and I say I use it-ish because I no longer pay for it. I used to pay for it. I don't pay for it anymore. But essentially what these tools do is they allow you to get a little bit more insight into how to make your content perform better. So they would do things like, if you were to upload a thumbnail, they'll give you feedback on your thumbnail. They will also tell you what hashtags to use for the video that you're looking to post. They will give you suggested keywords to use. They will give you suggested title to use. And all of that stuff is very important at the end of the day, because unless you have a channel that has a bunch of subscribers, and just because you post a video, a lot of people are going to watch it at one time, they're going to like it, they're going to engage with it, and that is going to push it out to other people who maybe aren't following you. But until you get to that level, you do have to do certain things to make sure that your video is seen, and that it is seen by as many people as possible. The worst thing as a content creator is to put a lot of time, or time in general, it doesn't even have to be a lot of time, but to put time into a video or to a piece of content that people don't engage with. Now again, it really depends on why you are posting, right? Sometimes we're posting just for ourselves, but sometimes we are posting because we want our content to be seen. We've worked hard on it. So sites and applications like TubeBuddy and VidIQ do give you that flexibility to just learn more about how YouTube works and what to incorporate into each video. Going back to consistency, one of the things that I just want to touch on is how to stay consistent when you are not seeing immediate growth. And I feel like this is really important in a time where everything is so instant. I feel like so many people are going viral off of, one video or, another video, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or what have you. And sometimes that is not your path. That was not my path. Still to this day, I don't have a viral video. And I think that that's okay. Like I said, my The reason why I show up on YouTube is not for anyone else, but for myself at the end of the day. I enjoy it. It is something that I enjoy thinking about videos. I enjoy filming videos. I enjoy editing videos. I enjoy you guys consuming the videos that I put out. And so a lot of times you can't worry about not seeing the growth immediately. And I know that can be difficult for people, but it's one of those things where you have to think about, what is your why? I have been online creating content for a very, 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 very long time. I have been in this influencer space for a very, very long time. My biggest thing is that I have not been consistent at it. I got my first PR package when I was in college, years and years and years and years and years ago. And that was before brands were really doing PR like that. That was before people were really reaching out to brands and saying, hey, I love this. And so I have been doing this for a really long time, but my biggest issue, admittedly, has been consistency. But for me, when I discovered YouTube, and not discovered it, but when I discovered how I could show up on YouTube, I felt like this was a very comfortable platform for me. I can film the content myself. I don't need a photographer. I can edit the content myself. I don't need an editor. And I can learn how to get better at filming, at editing, at posting, and what goes into, you know, making a YouTube video great. Hence the thumbnail, the keywords, the title, things like that. I can learn that. I'm capable of learning that. So when it comes to consistency and not seeing immediate growth, you have to remember your why. If you start with great intentions and pure intentions of just showing up online because you want to and you enjoy it, you won't have any issues with kind of overcoming that, because it will just come with time. Another thing is that when I first started out with my YouTube channel, I did not have any fancy equipment. I had an iPhone 10, I believe. This was like 2 years ago. Or no, this was 3 years ago. Wait, did I start my channel 2 or 3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago at this point. I started my channel 3 years ago. So not 2 years ago. I started my channel 3 years ago. When I started my channel, I did not have any fancy equipment. I had an iPhone 10 and that was about it. I didn't have any lights. I think I actually did buy some lights, but I didn't have any fancy camera equipment. I didn't have any fancy audio equipment. I didn't have any fancy stands or anything like that. I had a basic stand for my iPhone, and that was how I recorded all of my videos. I would then import those into Final Cut and I would edit away. So one of the biggest things that I would say is, when just starting out with something, don't feel the need to go out and buy the latest and greatest. Right now, I have a nice camera with a really nice lens. I have another camera that I use for vlogging and kind of more, not necessarily vlogging, but like more so when I'm out and about and I want to move around, which is really nice. I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I also have some really nice lighting now, but don't feel like you need to go out and do all of that. When I was started off on an iPhone 10, and then I think I jumped to a 13 because I wanted to start filming, you know, better quality content. And then eventually I graduated to a camera. So just a little tip, don't feel like you need to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on equipment. I can guarantee you that the phone that you currently have is just fine. So I have gotten questions before about the editing softwares that I use. So I want to touch on that. I have always used Final Cut. I started using Final Cut in college, so it was just kind of natural for me to migrate into Final Cut once I got on YouTube. And Final Cut has been just super easy for me. I enjoy Final Cut. Anytime I have an issue or a question, just call up Apple and they are super fast and they remote into your computer. It is just literally the best thing. So Final Cut is what I love to use for editing. However, I have a lot of different motion graphics that I use on my videos. I try not to overly use them, but I do have them to just try to create more engaging content. And for that, I use Motion FX. So Motion FX they have a slew of things, whether you want different styles for your videos, whether you want to change the color, make it look more cinematic or, you know, like a documentary. They have different animations, transitions, and you can literally buy whatever you want, whatever style you're looking for, whatever it is that is on your heart, they have. So Motion FX is where I get a lot of my just enhancements for Final Cut, and that is definitely a suggestion that I would have if you are looking to kind of enhance your content. Definitely check out Motion Effects. And again, none of this is sponsored. This is just literally all what I use. So staying on tools and different resources, one of the tools that I mentioned earlier, which is VidIQ, I just want to touch on that just a little bit because I did mention that I don't pay for it anymore, but I used to. So I'm sure someone has a question about, is it worth it? I think that using VidIQ is worth it, at least to start out. Now, one of the reasons why I think that it's worth it to, now when I say when it's worth it to pay for, because they do have a paid version and they have a free version. So I do think that the paid version is worth it because I think that it helps you learn a little bit more about what YouTube actually wants to see and what they deem as keywords, what people are searching for. It really gives you insights there. Now, I know YouTube is trying to do a lot of this on their actual platform. They're integrating some of these features, which is really nice. So hopefully one day we won't have to pay for a separate platform. But if you are looking to try to get your video as much reach as possible, I would definitely recommend, at least for the first few months of your videos, of you putting out content, just trying one of the tools. TubeBuddy I've used, VidIQ I think I liked a little bit more. I would definitely just try it. It doesn't hurt, just try it. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't work. It really, honestly, I think too, it depends on the type of content that you produce. So I think it's worth a try. It can't hurt. And if anything, it will just take your videos to the next level and give you a little bit of education around how to use the platform and how to what YouTube actually wants to see. So one of the areas where I feel like I've really grown the most is in my thumbnails. I will say that before posting on YouTube, I really didn't understand what it took to upload a YouTube video. I used to use YouTube all the time. I would go to it. I still use it all the time for research purposes or whatever it is that I'm, just Googling something and, oh, there's a YouTube video, let me click on it. And I feel like until you actually post a video on YouTube, you really don't know what all goes into posting on YouTube. It's not just editing the video and then you upload it and you're done. You also have to create some kind of an engaging thumbnail, and thumbnail design has been such an interesting experience because you really start to understand what catches people's eye, what doesn't. Even as a designer, I feel like there's still an art to thumbnail design. There's an art to font sizes, different types of fonts that you should use versus stay away from, images that attract audiences better, images that maybe don't attract audiences. So over time, you can go back and look at my thumbnails, but over time my thumbnails have just gotten a lot better. The quality's gotten better, the content of the thumbnail has gotten better, trying to figure out what words, if any, to use on a thumbnail. And how that is going to be kind of juxtaposed to the title. Do you want to use the same words that are in the title, that are in the title of your video, but do you still want to use those same words written on your thumbnail? Like, there's just so much to it, and there's just so many different ways that you can look at it. But thumbnail design is definitely another part of YouTube that people really don't talk about. And it really does take some time to kind of find your footing when it comes to it as well. You can kind of see the evolution of the thumbnail designs over the last 3 years. And that's just another area where you just keep getting better and keep getting better. So another really important area of YouTube is engagement. It's very difficult when you first start out with a new channel to have engagement on your videos, unless you have a viral video and everyone's watching it, people are commenting and liking and things like that. But for most people, when you first start out, you don't really have a ton of engagement on your videos. So one of the things that I would definitely recommend are a couple of things. So one that I've actually just started incorporating, which actually has been working really well, is when at the end of the video I will say something like, hey, leave a bag emoji or something like that if you made it to the end of this video, because I want to first of all understand who's actually watching to the end of the video. Now, yes, you can take a look at your analytics and you can see exactly who is making it to the end of the video, but I actually want people to comment. You want people to comment, you want people to engage with your content. That's how it gets boosted in the algorithm, and that's how it gets shown and pushed out. So you want to know that. The other thing is you want to start creating some kind of a community with your audience and with your content. And that's that's another great way to invite people to comment. Sometimes people don't really feel compelled to comment. And then sometimes people just need to be nudged. So if you ask someone to, hey, comment this word or comment that, or comment, leave an emoji if you made it to the end of this video, or leave an emoji if you made it to this part of the video. I think it's just really nice because it really shows you who is engaging. And again, sometimes people need to be prompted a little bit to do that, but starting to build a community, starting to show your personality and have people engage with you, it's just a really, really nice experience. The comments that are shared through a lot of my videos, specifically the haul videos, are just so much fun. It's so much fun to see people engaging with something that I said in a video or something that they thought was funny or calling me out on something, and it's just always a really good time. So that is building a community, and I would say that's one of the most important things that you want to try to focus on in your YouTube journey, is really making sure that people feel like they are a part of your channel. I saw something, there have been some new features that are going to be rolled out for YouTube, and one of them is that YouTube is going to start allowing your videos to be posted as series and kind of look like Netflix. So kind of like how you have like season 1, season 2, season 3. And so really starting to cultivate a community around your different pieces of content is just a really nice way to invite people back, which is what you want. You want people to stay. Of course, you want them to subscribe, but you want to invite people back. You want to make them excited to, for your next upload and what that's going to be. So making sure that you put an emphasis on your community, going live, which I haven't really done much. I do want to do more of coming up, going live. Those seem to be working really well for people. Using the community post, I do use that a lot, where you can actually, put up a post about like, hey, here's my new video, or oh, here's the bag that I was talking about, here I am wearing it, the bag that I mentioned in the previous video that I posted, or something like that. So really trying to cultivate a community is a difficult thing to do as a new content creator, but it is so important, because once you create that community, those people tend to stick with you, which is a really nice thing. Those are your ride or dies. All in all, this journey to monetization, for me at least, has been a fun one. I've enjoyed the process. I haven't been focused on monetization at all, which is why we're just getting here. It's been enjoyment for me, but the monetization, like I said, is a plus. I'm not gonna lie, it is a plus. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are somebody who is interested in creating content on YouTube, they say that it is always a great time to start. And just make sure that at the end of the day, you love what it is that you're putting out. Because when you love what it is that you're putting out, you're gonna have fun editing, you're gonna have fun actually posting it and engaging with people in the comments. And even if nobody comments, you can go back to my earlier videos. There are probably no comments. It's totally fine. It is content for you. It is your repository for your most memorable videos and your most memorable moments. And for me, that's what it's all about. So I hope you guys picked up something, learned something. If you are a content creator, share some of your best tips and tricks for YouTube. I would love to take a look at them. I'm sure other people would like to see them as well. If you are a new content creator, if you're thinking about YouTube, drop some of your questions in the comments. I will answer those as well. And I think that's it. Make sure that you guys are subscribed, and thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.